UK's denial of access to Diego Garcia. As of February 21st, 2026, the UK government under Prime Minister Keir Starmer has refused to grant the United States permission to use the Diego Garcia military base along with RAF Fairford in England for any potential military strikes against Iran. This decision stems from British concerns that participating in or facilitating US strikes could violate international law, particularly without a clear legal justification for preemptive action. Diego Garcia is a remote atoll in the British Indian Ocean territory part of the Chagos archipelago, leased to the US since the 1960s for a joint UK-US military facility. It's a key strategic asset, hosting long-range bombers, submarines, and prepositioned equipment, and has been used in past operations like the Gulf Wars and Afghanistan campaigns. Under long-standing agreements, the US can operate from the base but requires UK approval for specific missions, especially those involving combat strikes. The denial comes amid US-Iran tensions, with America issuing a 10-day ultimatum for Iran to agree to a new deal or face potential military action. America publicly linked the base to these plans in a February 18th Truth Social post, stating it may be necessary for strikes and criticizing the UK's proposed handover of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. In response, America withdrew US support for the Chagos deal, which would transfer sovereignty to Mauritius while securing a 99-year lease for the base, arguing it weakens US control. UK officials have emphasized support for diplomacy and regional security but declined to speculate on hypotheticals. Implications for US strikes on Iran. This denial creates significant operational hurdles for any US-led air campaign against Iran, particularly one involving sustained strikes on nuclear facilities, missile sites, or air defenses. Diego Garcia's location, about 2,500 miles from Iran, makes it ideal for staging long-range bombers like B-52s, B-1S, and B-2 stealth bombers, which can carry heavy payloads without needing as much mid-air refueling as from farther bases. RAF Fairford serves as a European hub for these aircraft. Without these, the US must rely on alternatives like bases in Qatar Al Udeid, UAE Al Dhafra, or even carriers in the Arabian Sea. But these are closer to Iran and more vulnerable to retaliation.
Financial burden. Estimates suggest rerouting could cost $50 to $100 million, extra in fuel and logistics for a weeks-long campaign, plus wear on aircraft accelerating replacement cycles. Broader buildup, for example, more carriers might push total costs into billions if escalation occurs. Long-term impacts. If the Chagos deal collapses, the US might face higher lease fees or legal uncertainties under Mauritian control, costing diplomatic capital to renegotiate. This could erode the special relationship, affecting future cooperation on issues like China or Ukraine.
Overall, while the US has workarounds, the denial complicates America's timeline and raises the bar for effective strikes, potentially forcing a rethink of strategy amid ongoing talks.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button.